Right now, I'm feeling a bit misaligned. I've been working quite hard at clearing my list of things to do over the last 2 days, and perhaps as I get close to clearing a lot of the things that I needed to do, um, and I am almost at the point just about to cross over into the feeling of total alignment and total peace. Just before that happens, there is perhaps one task, one action that needs to be completed, and then I can go and cross over this particular threshold. But it seems like just before I cross, or just before I complete this particular task, there is an enormous amount of misalignment that comes up. It's like everything all the negative feelings or beliefs are trying to come out and face and come out onto the surface at once. Because after or during the period, and emotions, by the way, they're not constant, they do fluctuate up and down. So during the period where the person is on a high, in a complete aligned state, and there are no negative feelings or emotions, those negative feelings or emotions, before this happens, they need to be resolved. And so just before this state of peace and alignment happens, it seems to be like everything wants to come out at once. And so this particular task, the funny thing is, I don't know what it is, or I am not yet aware of this, what it might be. So while I am unaware of what this might be, the best thing I can do is just to clear the space that's around me. So clearing any clutter on the floor, of things that may have been left, clearing anything from the worktops, organizing things into their own particular space. You know, if I have any paperwork that's lying around, either completing it or filing it away, or making a note, filing it and putting a note for that paperwork to be finished or completed at a particular later date. So I wanted to make this video, and as you can see, it's a bit difficult to express the feelings of misalignment. They are kind of like barriers, or the moment you put your mind onto a particular activity, if there is something else that needs to be done, which is more important than that activity that you put your mind onto, you don't really want to do. You get internal resistance towards it. And so if you have a list of, say, 10 or 15 items, and then you just go down the list and put your mind onto each one and see how you feel, there will be some that you will have less resistance to. And so that's the cue to proceed with those particular activities or particular tasks. The issue I have is that I have now completed most of the items where I did not have the resistance to. And now, as I look down the list, I have a resistance towards all of the items. So there is some item that is not on the list, and this internal resistance is allowing me an opportunity to search and find that item and put it on the list, or just start completing it. It's a good idea to put it on the list for next time as well, because all the tasks that we complete, they tend to repeat themselves. So they go in cycles. So you might do a particular task today, you might have to do exactly the same task next week or a month from now. So it's a good idea to write down the tasks that you have completed and put them on your list and put a tick next to them. So even if they're already cleared, put them on anyway. So that then you can refer to that list at a later date and remember what you completed and when. And also, if you have a system set up that creates reminders for the future, you can then add a reminder that puts that task in a particular time frame for the future to be completed then as well. So as I am searching for this particular task, I have an analogy, and that is, imagine you have a surface area, say a table, and on there you have lots of untidiness. Perhaps you have dirt, perhaps you have various different clutter, and then because it's overwhelming, the amount of things that are on there, it's almost like your mind becomes numb when you look at it, and you can kind of just don't have many feelings regarding that because you just block everything out. And then when you start clearing that table and there's only just a couple of items left, then, or even just one item left, then you really get a sense of, right, I've got to clear this last item, because it becomes really clear then that there is this item that needs to be completed. So you then get, if you can't complete it, or you feel that for whatever reason, there's something that's stopping you from clearing that last item, then there's going to be a lot more internal or emotional feelings attached to that than having a completely untidy table. But the moment you clear that last item, you go this way. You go from being low to complete jump, being high. So there is an emotional wave, but you're able to teleport from the very low point straight to the high point and just flip the wave upside down in an instant as well. And you do that by finding that last item, and that last item is going to bring you almost all the way down while you are looking for it, or while you are resolving it. But then once you complete it, you don't have to go through the long process of climbing up the wave. You just flip the whole wave upside down and you become from the lowest to the highest. You just jump straight there, straight away.